people who walk around. There's just that one meme where it's like nobody, literally nobody. Every time something in the like liberal, like leftist women, every time something happens, they're just like walking in the handsmaid's tale type of thing. And that's one thing I wonder. These people they're not serious people. They're not looking at the reality. There's this meme on the screen that says like what they think will happen, handmaid's tale type of people. What the response they think will be. It's the Dora Milaje from Dora Milaje from Black Panther, and the Shield Maidens. Is that from the Vikings show? Like I never actually watched that show.
Yeah, that's from Vikings. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the worst that they'll do, and it's just like some naked women just yelling and screaming and things like that. And that's what I'm saying. Like I've never seen the Handmaid's show. I haven't seen the Vikings. I know there was some people who were caught in that because the Vikings, when they were pillaging, looting and pillaging, and just watch The Northman. Definitely go watch The Northman. It's a good movie. When they're looting and pillaging around, they would take their families sometimes with them and make cool settlements and things like this. So yes, there was occasional shield maidens, but it wasn't like whole platoons or shield maidens. But why do they go to this fantasy, this imaginary type of things? It's like they have a fetishization for this life that doesn't exist. Like oppress me. Like what do you think? What is that? Where do you think that comes?
Well, there's that theory. It's been floated around for some time, and I wonder more and more about it. How men have become more feminized in the West. I mean, they talk about declining testosterone. They talk about men becoming more feminist, things like that. But there's still that need for sort of the male dominance. That's why, women, as we were discussing before, women will reproduce with like the bad boy and then complain how awful he is and how she needs a nice guy, but then won't date the actual nice guy. Like there's some sort of yearning for that strong man to come in and dominate them. But it's like they don't want to admit that because that's considered an outdated stereotype and everything. But like I think it was Pearl who was talking about on her show that there's actually threads on Reddit of women who will just watch the rape scenes in the Handmaid's Tale and just talk about it. And it's kind of like, if you're complaining about rape culture and male dominance and patriarchy, like why is there this fascination with this unless like this is some sort of fantasy you're living out? Oh, 50 Shades of Grey, that's another one. Like the same thing. Yeah, it's like, again, it's like if that's not what you want, why are all these women reading this book and seeing the movie? Like, why are all these women fascinated with this?
That's another thing that I know. Whoopsie, I did some time back. It's like I was talking to a female friend of mine, and an assault came up, and I was like, yeah, there's like a subset of women who actually fetishize this thing. It's like like bondage is not just watched by men alone. Like that's also something towards like women, and there's evolutionary biological reasons to do this because humans sucked way more in the past than they have today, and many of us suck today and will be compared to how we'll be in like 100 or 400 years. We're constantly getting better. We take some steps back in general, but society as a whole seems to be improving, becoming more ethical as we understand more about life. And that's why I think with this, as we start to understand more about reality of abortion, of what actually happens, I think we'll become more ethical and more understanding on the situation. But in the past, if you had some predilection to not actually be with the possible men that came and raped and pillaged your village, your genes would not continue. So there's a subset that whatever genetic aspect, whatever cultural aspect is in there, like did you say this today, or did you say this before the conversation, or was in the conversation where you're saying the same traits in the hero and the villain are desirable, that strength, that kind of toxic masculinity is something that's done on both sides, like it's in there.
Yeah, I mentioned that, and I was just thinking of like Beauty and the Beast. Like you think about the Beast and Gaston, like they're both, well, I mean, the Beast is in an animal form, but it's like they're both highly desirable. Like even when the Beast turns back in a human form, he's a prince, he's handsome, he's rich, all this. Gaston, he's handsome, he's charming, he's a strong man, he's popular with the ladies too. But they're the hero and the villain, but it's like they're both highly appealing. They're not interested in LeFou or the other characters.
Yeah, that's kind of true. It's another good movie. If you haven't seen, I heard that the one done with like Emma Watson, the live action one, was pretty much one of those like shot by shot remakes. But for some reason, I'm just like, I don't want to watch this. I don't think Emma Watson's a bad actress. It's to me, Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite Disney animated ones, and I just don't want to spoil it by seeing something else.
Yeah, they added some new scenes. Like I haven't watched it, but I heard, like, for example, they explain how like the villagers forgot about the prince and everything, because that always sort of didn't make sense to me.
Because there was the villagers in the castle who were turning into things, but the villagers, how come they never mentioned that there was a prince in that castle? Like, why did they think it was a beast? Yeah, because it was like years of that family. Yeah, good. Yeah.
And I thought that was a good touch, because it's like if some curse like that were to befall our government, everyone everyone wouldn't be like, wait, what happened to the government? No, he would know.
Yeah.
But then they explain like, okay, there was a spell but that was part of the spell, is that it blocks out the memory of all those people existing and stuff. So like little things like that were good. I don't know if I liked what they did with Gaston though. Like they had Luke Evans play him. I don't have anything against Luke Evans. I like some of his movies, but like he's not this big hulking guy. He has more of an average build. So like there's things like that. What else? A lot of the lines are the same. They added a few more lines, like you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I may watch it at some point just out of curiosity, but I don't know. My guess, I don't think I'm going to be blown away by it, but you know.
Yeah. All right,
Oh,
now
one other
coming back. Go ahead. Thank you for listening. This has been a clip from an actual longer recording that I'll try to leave a link to on the screen or somewhere around here where you're listening to this.
Presents. 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 Presents.
Peasants.
Okay.